Hello and welcome to this Thursday's live game. We are doing a Warhammer 30k game run by McPanzer. The umpires for this game are McPanzer, Kia, Umpire Nero, and Umpire Slock, and maybe Squire. I think he's down with the other group. So McPanzer's the lead umpire, and it's got this beautiful 3D terrain map. And I should preface that I know practically nothing about Warhammer, um, but it sounds fun and I like to play. This is my Thursday live game slot, so normally I'm the one running the game and hosting it. But McPanzer wanted to do 30k and gave me a chance to play, and I always enjoy getting to play a live game. I don't often get to, so I'm taking advantage of that, even though I don't know Warhammer. So this is called the Battle of Beta-Garmon on the outskirts of Nyrcon City. I'm just reading through the briefing. This is after the, before I read that, I gotta think about what I'm doing. So we're trying to seize and control this comm station, this giant comm relay, and then we need one or two of these generators over here. And so my team deployed on this side, and we are the traitors. So we've got the Sons of Horus, the Iron Warriors, the Emperor's Children, the Death Guard, and the Solar Auxilia. And we could basically deploy anywhere along this whole line. And so the units in the city, the Emperor's Children and the Solar Auxilia, can move through the city. That's kind of got better cover. They should have an easier time getting this generator, which is also a little bit more on their side of the map. The generator on my side is more for the enemy, where they've got cities for cover, so that one's going to be hard to take or hold. But I'm hoping we can deny it. We'll see. And right now, someone was supposed to be these guys, but I'm doing both double duty, which is ironic because I know the least and I have in charge of the most, but that's alright. We'll just treat it like I don't know, a mix between World War II and Napoleonic combat. A little bit linear with some tanks maybe. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I think McPanzer's running, well, I think he's taken rules and simplified them for quick gameplay. I don't even know what rules he's using. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. At least to start, these guys are just going to go that way because I want to use that for cover. It's a good starting spot, I think. Although, what's the range? Small arms fire range is just 16, large is 32. So if the enemy has tanks, yeah, they could like be in that city and shoot there, so cover might be good. And then
Hello.
oh, hello.
I didn't mean to cut off
No,
the stream. Sorry.
no worries.
Good. You're good. So you are on the right. To your left, you've got some Sons of Horus with their Land Raiders and a pair of Baneblade super heavy tanks. Some Death Guard walking in like a phalanx on your right. The sky is on fire. The radio is very unreliable. And this is what you can see. Not a whole lot of anything right now. There's a secondary generator head on your right, and the main objective is ahead on your left on the other side of those silos. If you'd like to see from Miles's point of view, I'll move you over there to him too.
I'm good.
What would you like to do?
So my Iron Warriors are going to full advance. Everything is moving as fast as they can, and I want them to head a little bit to the left towards where those 3 black tanks are.
These things?
Yeah, those 3.
Sounds good.
Plan to get up behind them for cover. And then the Death Guard basically advance straight ahead, yeah, from where they're at.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So these guys are going to go this way. So in a turn, Oh, I don't know if I should have. Hopefully he'll. I don't know if I had to say march or not, because I would want to move double. Hopefully he's kind and generous to me. If not, we'll start up behind. So yeah, I guess I can march for 16 speed. Hopefully I did that just to get up there, because I'm sure they're starting on the other side too. Yeah, so what's the plan? We'll get my Iron Warriors will get up here, which is kind of a good place to hold. I have a line of sight this way, and then line of sight that way. That seems like a decent plan. Only problem is it's a little bit far from the generator. I think the Death Guard are just going to go straight for the generator and try and take it. Depending on where the enemy is, they may need cover too. I don't know how much. I'm sure units need line of sight to shoot at stuff for the most part, so. But I also need to be aggressive, because if I just hide behind the cover, they get the generator and there's no point for my guys being over here, so. Could maybe hide them. If you think about it from the enemy's perspective. So they're gonna be coming through the city. They might not see. Actually, not. They have a hard time seeing a lot. So maybe hide some units behind the building and then launch a surprise attack. I guess we'll see. I don't know. So in the Death Guard that I temporarily have till the commander, there's Death Shroud Terminators. Those guys look pretty cool. And then a whole bunch of tactical squads. I got the Skull Pauldron. Cool face masks that look like kind of ancient knights. In my units, I got 6 Vindicators, which are like stocky tanks, little giant short barrel tank with a bulldozer plow. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if those are guns or not. That'd be kind of cool if those are guns. Little like machine guns maybe. And there's another machine gun on top. Then I got the Dreadnoughts. These guys look super cool. They got big claw hands on the right, and then that double whatever machine gun thing that is on the left arm. Big armor. And these guys, the tactical squad. They're cool. See how fast the turns are. So my team has, well, should be 5 people per team. Right now we're 4, but 5 players. There's a good number of umpires. They've got 6 umpires. So Charles Potato. Actually, I don't know if he's umpiring. He may be listening in. Kia, McPanzer, Longstreet. I think Longstreet's MDWTK. Change his name. Also known as Chinley. Nero and Slock. Oh, Squire was not. He's on the team, not umpire. So there's 5 umpires. So 2 players per umpire, which is a really good ratio. The other team only has 4 too, so they must have had someone drop out last minute. Oops. So unless I co-locate, I can't talk with someone. I can type. We have a text channel we can type into with a 15-minute cooldown delay to represent I guess there's nuclear interference or something. Let's look at, I guess this is part of the skybox is part of the surrounding. Let's try and look at it. I can't look up. There's that guy. That's kind of cool. Looks like laser meteors are following. Yeah, what's the best strategy? So, I like the idea of cover. That's basically the best cover that's close to where the enemy's going to be. So that'll let me... I think being here will let me be a threat, like I said, to cover these two angles pretty well. Problem is, it's pretty far from the Death Guard if the Death Guard goes straight in. Like if they run into trouble and I gotta go help them, that's a good distance to travel. Maybe I can put a unit like here that's a little bit closer. I have to think about that. I could put the Vindicators move a little bit faster than infantry. So maybe I put those behind there and then my infantry behind here. Or do I just like all out blitz on this power generator with both groups? I don't know. If I took the generator, I guess I'd have to be like on the platform, and the enemy could be... They got pretty good cover nearby, could be shooting up at it. I wonder if they can get on the roof. I wonder if I can get on the roof. Can I get on this roof? That'd be kind of cool. Oh, anyway, I didn't finish my thought. I wonder how long the turns will be. Hopefully quick. I think McPanzer said he was treating, for simplicity, you can't like do individual things with each Vindicator because that's a lot. So this is like one unit, basically all together. That's a unit. I don't know if this is one unit or 2 units. I'll have to ask that. I think this is... I don't know if that's 4 or 2. Maybe just be like that. And that's a unit. So everyone's got like 3 units, 3 or 4. So let's talk about the team's plan. So Reservist is the CIC. He knows Warhammer really well. We have Tiber something, I think. When I do streaming, it cuts off the names. When I have, I guess I could disable it. Disable. So Chip, whose Discord name is Crazy Commander, he's commanding the Sons of Horus. XDX, or the reservist, is Julius K. Ciron, who's our CIC. He's got the Emperor's Children. Oh no, sorry, I got myself confused. Alright, XDX, oh, wait. XDX is the CIC, who's not the reservist. The reservist is someone else, and he's got the Solar Auxilia. He's Legate Marshal Khalid Nicothonia. And then Miles, I told it to be late. He's Brother Grimm over the Death Guard I'm filling in for. So the Solar Auxilia is in the city with the Emperor's Children. Their goal, I think, is to get kind of sweep through and then come in this way using the cover. Who had the heavy tanks? The Solar Exidia had the Bane Blade. These tanks look cool. They look really cool. So got a big top turret, another kind of like my barrel on my Vindicators, another short, giant one, and then another 2-barrel, whatever that is, and then some side ones like how the World War I tanks had those little side shooters. So I got 3 turrets. I guess that counts as a turret. 4 turrets. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fixed. Fixed turret. It's not a turret. Fixed gun. And then these kind of rotate. And then they got little.
Hey, James.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, you marched at double speed. You made that clear. Let me I have Chin Leaf with me now. That's backwards. Do you want to join your infantry or something, by the way? I didn't ask. You're just...
Yeah,
it doesn't make a big difference.
I'll stick with my infantry, I guess, behind the dreadnoughts or whatever. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. So you advance at a quick pace. Your 9-foot tall genetically engineered monsters are running forward towards these silos. On your right, the Death Guard start a slow jog, quickly picking up pace, moving at the same speed as you. And your Vindicators pulling ahead a little bit. They had a little bit more distance to cover with the angle, but they're slightly faster than the Foot Sluggers over here on this side. You can see the Sons of Horus and the Baneblades advancing in the center, and some like exhaust smoke coming from the other side of the battlefield. Over here.
All right. Exciting.
Shocking. Really
Shocking.
riveting stuff.
There's enemy here. I wasn't expecting it. The only change is I want the Vindicators to pull off right so that they're heading towards the double-barreled white tank things. Yeah.
Okay.
Heading towards that and then actually coming out around on the right side of them.
Got it.
Everything else, just keep going forward.
Everything at the double?
Yep, at the double.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does the same... I'll give you the screenshot over here since your team would have it.
Yeah, they're just going forward straight for the generator, basically.
Okay. It's worth noting they see some bipedal war robot looking things kind of far away in the city on the other side of the power station.
Okay, bipedal.
They're about the size of dreadnoughts.
Okay. Scary.
Cool. They'll go for it. Thank you very much. Chinleaf, we are going to chip.
Alright, so we moved. The 8 was 1 speed. I think we got that far. Something like that. I should have measured it better. Anyway. Oh, these guys pulled ahead. They're like slightly ahead. I think I measured this one right. They may be a little bit further ahead too. Oh. Alright, I gotta type in large. I forget how it was described. Alright. I typed in my radio channel about what I saw. I forgot to ask about getting on the roof. Although I don't think they have range. So the range, 16 grids. Yeah, so if they're on the roof, I guess it would be helpful to, like, if they're trying to, if they have the same distance limitation, maybe there may be a bonus for them trying to attack me. I don't know. I'll ask that next time. Don't know if I should just go for it. It's already 9:30. This game will end in 2 hours. I don't have a ton of time to just dink around or maneuver. So I ordered these guys to go this way. I'll just use the infantry to hold these quarters. So my CAC said they're dreadnoughts, probably dreadnoughts. Be careful when facing them. He's moving up to secure the generator, so we don't need to take the other one necessarily. So is it better to preserve let them take the generator and focus on the comm station maybe? Oh, let me finish reading the briefing. Alright, so the Battle of Beta-Garmon is over. After intense world-ending conflict, the forces of Warmaster have cracked the Imperial defenses around Nyrcon City and Beta-Garmon III and taken the system for Horus. Hundreds of Titan-class war engines, thousands of Legionnares Astartes, tens of millions of mortal soldiers have fallen to delay the inevitable Siege of Terra for a few more months. Crucially, rumors have spread that Warmaster Horus himself has fallen somewhere in the heart of fighting. You know for a fact that these rumors are untrue. The potential remains for catastrophic loss of morale if his survival cannot be quickly communicated to his lieutenants in orbit above. The scale of devastation around Nyrcon City eclipses all previous conflicts of the Heresy. Orbital strikes, various weapons, and the pernicious entities of the warp unleashed upon the planet have rendered communication coordination possible only with extreme effort. You lead one of a handful of scattered formations still standing on the surface. Vox traffic is intermittent at best, even then limited only to short-range communications. A single comms relay has been identified just east of Nyrcon City, miraculously still standing and powered by a pair of power generators. Your objective is to seize the comms relay and at least one of the power generators so you can coordinate your extraction and send word that the Horus lives to the Warhorse. So the comms relay is worth 4 victory points, and each power generator is worth 2. That's cool. So I guess if they took both the power generators and we took the comm station, victory point wise, it's the same. But you need a power generator to power the comms, which is the main goal, is to get the message out. Now, it looks like, so Captain Chip the Destroyer said there's White Scar Legionaries, likely outfitted for close assault, spotted advancing on our city, and on the left are land raiders with terminators are advancing at maximum speed on the objective, while Legionaries following close behind. Baneblade Super Heavies and Rapiers advancing at pace where they can provide fire support as targets prevent themselves. So, if you think about like World War II, You want combined arms. So use the tanks to lead the front, take the fire, then with infantry support, I guess. I bet you these guys. Oh, are these their stats? Oh, they're kind of slow. Move 6, range 32. So it's slower than infantry. Super long range. So they're actually probably not leading from the front. They probably have high HP, but they're probably super. Maybe the most valuable thing. You kind of want them in the back to get range shot at the enemies that can't shoot back, maybe, or at least target down their tanks. Probably. They got armor piercing -1 or armor piercing 1. 3 shots, 4 plus, whatever that means. I don't think everything has stats on it. Do these have stats? Oh, that does too. So these move 10, range 24, -1 AP. It's not as good armor piercing. What are these guys? These are move 8. Is that what he said? He said they move 10. Wonder if he's using different stats. Move 8, CAF 2, whatever that means. Range 16, useful. Oh, he said 24. Yeah, he's using different rules. That's a little bit better than what's written here. So I can shoot a third as far as infantry. This has got pretty good range. 24. Kind of reach the generator from here. I do need to consider these guys are advancing as well.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Oh, you have run up and reached the great black cylinders of justice, or whatever these things are. On your left is the primary comms relay. You can see the Sons of Horus and some armored support moving up left of it. As you ran up here, you can see some number of yellow armored tanks. They look like rhinos and land raiders, right on the other side of the comms relay. On your right, the Vindicators are going around the other silos, and there's another formation, this time of like crab-looking walkers with large anti-tank lasers on one arm and some kind of plasma weapon on the other, coming out of the middle of the city. You can clearly tell that these are Adeptus Mechanicus, which are basically the robot people in 30K. They're not Space Marines.
Okay.
And here you are. And I'll give you the view from Death Guard land. The Death Guard have advanced quickly to the other side of this like rail yard. They can see these battle automata that you identified earlier. They look like dreadnoughts, but they're not dreadnoughts. That's all they can see.
Can I... What buildings nearby can I get on top of?
So the Death Guard are kind of in the middle of like a blown up rail yard. So there's like some storage crates they could probably walk up. Over here, there's a bunker to your left.
Oh.
And you're not in an area that has very many garrisonable buildings. Like you could climb around on top of this thing. But I don't know that it would be garrisoning a structure per se. But you can move over the terrain feature and take cover behind stuff.
Okay.
They put you in an open field.
Yeah. The Iron Warriors, are there... Do I have 2 infantry groups, or are they all one?
They're all one.
Okay. So there's just one together. Okay. Alright, I'm ready for my orders, I think.
Go nuts.
Good luck for me. So I want my tactical squad to kind of take cover behind the tanks, but and then looking out to the left from them. Basically, I think where they are now, almost.
Kind of like that.
Sorry, I stopped looking at your screen.
Oh, you're fine. I shouldn't interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm looking at my own just for reference. And then the dreadnoughts, same idea, but on the right side. So cover behind the tanks, but peering out over the field to the right.
Okay.
Vindicators will take cover behind those two white industrial tanks, but also peering right towards the generator, covering
All
that.
right. Do they want to get out of line of sight of those crab walkers, or do they want to shoot the crab walkers?
Are they in range already?
You're not. If you advanced, you would. If you moved up, you would be in range. You don't know what their range is.
Let's stay out of line of sight just for a turn and see what happens.
Okay.
And then the
Oh, Jesus Christ.
uh,
Sorry.
things colliding, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm gonna throw away Miles' unit since he's not here. The Death Guard are gonna keep. If they keep charging, there's a disadvantage. They get more shots on them, right?
So if you if you move forward, if you march, if you move at the double, you can't shoot. If you order a charge, you move at the double. But if you don't get into melee, you move forward half your speed, and you still can't shoot. But if you do charge, melee is really quick and dirty.
Okay. But there's nothing to charge right now.
No, not at all.
So this may be dumb, but I just want them to keep going forward using the generator as cover as best they can, and with the objective of seizing the generator.
Okay.
They are called the Death Squad, so they may live up to their name.
All right. It's a hard life, but somebody's got to do it.
All right.
So the Vindicators are hiding, though.
Yep, I'll keep
Is that
this
right?
hidden.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. It's hard to be on the player side, especially with rules you don't know. This is an experience that I've not had in a while. Because even when I play, normally when I'm a player, it's a Napoleonic or Ancients or World War II. I might not know the rules, but I have a fairly good idea about them, and sometimes they're even my rules. Not that I don't. I have some idea of the rule. I know how. Units have different ranges. Generally there's odds of hitting, and then odds of damage, I imagine, and then some kind of hit points. And I imagine the tanks and the dreadnoughts have higher hit points than the infantry. That kind of thing. That's probably pretty basic. I don't know, are the Vindicators better than the crab things over here? Who knows? So anyway, it's an experience I've not had in a while to try and play with a system I'm not familiar with. Let's see, I should have. Okay, so these guys are like. I think they moved up. Let's see. They moved 16. Yeah, they're up like that. So I wanted these guys doing this number. These guys doing that number. I was thinking to take that bunker, but these guys should be heading straight for it. I don't want to block them. I don't know, maybe I can bait the enemy into doing something dumb. I just don't know enough to. So these guys moved forward. I didn't look at the screen when he showed me where they were. I think they're like this now. Actually, I think they're a little bit closer even. So I didn't end up taking cover behind that building. We'll see if this was the dumb mistake to just charge for it. Luckily I got 2 commands, so I can lose one and still. Even if these guys all die, if I'm tying up the enemy over here, they can't move to focus on the comm tower, so hopefully it's doing good. it my update on what I can see and what's going on and what I'm doing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, if you can communicate what you see and what your plans are, that's half the battle. Letting your fellow players at least know what your intentions are and kind of work with you. Now in this kind of game, it's kind of a bunch of individual battles because it's a wide front. So like I'm not expecting these guys, like we could work together a little bit. Oops. He's mostly going to be focused on taking this thing. So our flanks are connected here. Actually, maybe I don't need to cover this if he's there. Should have considered that. I don't know. We'll see. Can maybe pivot them to this side. We'll see what he does. Where am I? That's what I was looking for. Let's see. Legate Cathonia over the Solar Exulia. Says no reports from the far left arriving at the generator soon. Recommend retasking plane blades if not already needed. Maybe the only ones able to stand up to the dune crawlers, crab walkers. Maybe it's a good call to stay hidden. So I'm not sure how. Let's see, where would he be? He'd be about right there. He should be about. Now he was in these things, and I think they're fast. The rhino. I think they were all in there. Should probably show it this way. It's like troop transports. So I think these things were flying down this way. And I don't know, maybe they're going to take one of these bunkers. I gotta look at the plan again. I'll pop it out. Oh, no, come on. Alright, so here's the plan. We expect them to be in and hold the city, which of course they are. We have a main advance up this way and then an assault that way with an expected attack here. It'd be nice if the super heavy tanks were sent my way to help with those crabby things. Oops. Let's see, Chip the Destroyer. I forget what he's commanding. He's got the Sons of Horus. So he's the one right next to me. He says, Salamander Predators and other tanks moving up on objective on our left, along with additional White Scar Grav Spreaders supporting. Bane Blades engaging Salamanders and White Scars. Imperial Fist Rhinos, that's probably what I saw, moving up on the objective on our right. Terminators, Land Raiders, and half my Legionnaires moving to engage. Rapiers being brought up to engage Salamanders, likely not in range this turn. Personally moving to take cover behind objective, with other half of my Legionnaires will proceed as needed with them. And then the Emperor says, just engage the White Scar Bikes with my Rhinos. Assault Marines, the Technical Marines are collapsing on the tactical detachment within the city. Send the auxiliaries ahead to support me. Send the Bane Blades east up with the Deptist forces and the Dreadnoughts. Recommend relinquishing command to Chip or James so they're sent back so they don't get misused. So, just got ordered to send these just behind the lines, I don't know. This way. Maybe. So it might be good that I am hiding until these come to support me. Who knows? I think... So the enemy was like right here. No doubt they're going to be trying to take the generator. I think I saw something like that. I'm hoping that it'll give cover enough to get up to it. I don't know if it actually matters that they're like at these specific side for the steps. The Terminators are probably going to be seeing the crab walkers first. Hopefully they can take the hit. So I don't know if I'm moving double speed or single, but we'll see. I guess. Alright, think about it from the enemy perspective. They got this wide open field here. Of course, that relay station provides good cover. Wide open here, but they can rush into the city. This side gives them the best cover. So if I were them, I would concentrate my forces here and try, and actually pretty good cover here too. See, I don't know how much cover actually matters in this game. Like, if you're in these ruins, can you shoot out through the windows? That's probably why that platform's there. Maybe so. But yeah, so you got cover all the way up to here, and pretty open area. And then you got these buildings as well that provide pretty good cover. So you could sweep, you could almost sweep this way and try to get around and take the comm station. That's probably what I would do if I were them. So, if that's what they're doing, then I've got the brunt of the enemy in front of me. So maybe sending the Death Guard forward isn't smart. But I think I'll keep my Iron Warriors under cover and maybe even hidden, so that if they do come this way, I'll be able to hold longer maybe. I think I'm going to pull these guys back that way. We'll see how the Death Guard does. Maybe I'll just pull them back. Let's see, we've gone 1, 2, we're in the third turn. It's almost 10, but we didn't really start till 9:20, so it's like 20 minute, no, 15 minute turns. 10 to 15. Hopefully the sound is capturing well. Last video I did, the mic was funky, but I can't tell. I'll listen to it afterwards, but if it's funky, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, not while I'm recording anyway. It is nice to have a map to look at and play around with. It's a good reminder that it's good to give players something they can, like a TTS module or a map they can peruse and think about. Like if they had nothing to work with, it'd be harder. Hmm. White Scar bikes. I imagine those are fast but not super tanky. Auxiliaries. I wonder if, like, if you seize all 4 bunkers, you control the comm station. Be good if the Sons of Horus got little Terminators. What are those things? They're not big, but they look cool. They got like the red fan, like the Roman Legionnaries. And they have, they must be assault units. They got like a little pistol and then an axe. These guys got a not that much bigger gun. But just, it's a little pistol, but it's double barrel. I wonder if it's like a shotgun. These guys got like a little Uzi. Two-handed. Let's go look at other units for fun. Let's see, we got these APCs. I don't even know if they can shoot. I guess they got little pistols on the front too. And these guys, are they flying? Oh yeah. They got little rocket engines. Not rocket engines, they're little jet engines, I guess. Rocket around. These guys, they're not as armored. Still look cool though. They got like a power cable connected to their backpack. They're probably, oh, they got little AT-STs. ATPTs. I guess they're closer to ATSTs. All-terrain. Oh shoot. AT-ATs all-terrain assault transport. ATSTs all-terrain. Crap. Gotta Google it. What kind of Yahoo? Just changed my. Scout transport. There we go. They look cooler than the ATSTs though. They got like a. I don't think that's a missile launcher. That's like some kind of radar thing, maybe. And they got this kind of little cannon turrety thing with like a fleur on top. And then they got the big guns right here. 4-barrel. Kind of looks like a rocket launcher, but it's probably a laser thing. Oh, they got, what happens if you do change the state? You break the game. 1 of 2. Oh, well, let me change the state. Never mind. Oh yeah, they kind of got this like scope thing on the top. It's actually kind of weird. I guess it's for like, it's like a periscope for seeing over buildings. So got that thing and this thing for radar sensors, I guess. Bunch of antenna too. Giant exhaust. Those are cool looking little mechs. I imagine this force is kind of fast but weak. Probably a good one for taking the generator. Anyway, back to my side. We await an update. It is less boring to be umpire. When you're umpire, there's never a dull moment. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes you finish your turn before the rest of the umpires and you're waiting. But even then, that's like a nice little break. I can see McPanzer making his way. Get my... Yeah, I think... Well, we'll see what the update is and how the Death Guards do. If they're getting mowed down, I might pull them back. There's no reason to like needlessly sacrifice them for a generator we don't need. Better to just hold the line and prevent the enemy from getting on the flank. So I imagine, oh yeah, I didn't finish my thought on like tactics. So I'm sure concentration of power, like so combined arms, concentration of power. I use tanks and armored units for armor to take hits and cover infantry. Infantry, make sure nothing gets too close to the tanks. At least in World War II, like you don't want people with bazookas or Panzerfausts getting close by and taking out a tank. And then concentration, so like if the enemy's sending one unit and you can use all three of mine to shoot on their one, that should be good. And then like if you have ranged units, I don't know if they can fire over, but take advantage of the range to like hit the enemy when they can't hit you. So the one thing I don't know is like what pairings make sense. Like are the Terminators better against certain units or not? No clue. I just imagine these guys are more tanky than these guys. They're giant armor. Oh, they got axes as well. Like a heavy assault. I'm gonna think of them as grenadiers from now on. Let's see. Sentinels. No. Armed Sentinel missile launcher. Oh, they are missile launchers. I hope that doesn't mean he only has 4. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like it's only 4. But...
Hello.
Hey!
Sorry about that. There was a lot of dice somewhere.
Oh, okay. Such is life.
Such is life. So you, with your infantry here, taking cover behind these windows, you can see some Imperial Fists armor. Lots of it. Looks like 4 Land Raiders and 4 or 5 Rhinos coming around what is, to you guys, the right side of the comms relay. You can see Baneblades firing at something over there. There's a whole lot of weapons discharges coming from your west, and the Sons of Horus look like they're staging around this bunker, and their Terminators have gotten out of their transports. On your right, your front rank of Dreadnoughts, they were taking cover behind this thing, but 4 of them took some pot shots at the Mechanicus Walkers. Didn't quite kill any.
Okay.
But you can see, I'll just show you from their point of view, the Death Guard took a whole lot of fire as they advanced from the Automata over here, and they're called Dune Crawlers on this side, and unfortunately took quite a few casualties. I think they lost 6 stands. There are some small infantry on the other side of this generator. Mechanicus infantry are significantly worse than yours, especially the closer you get. The Adeptus Mechanicus have a reputation for lots of big shooty guns and not being quite up to snuff in close combat.
Okay. If the Death Guard take the generator, is there defensive bonuses for that, or is that like, am I sending them to their doom to try and take it right now?
So I don't think it's like a defensive fighting position. If you were to do this, I'd give your guys cover from shooting, like if they were adjacent to it like that.
Yeah.
So that would improve their chances of surviving against shooting. I don't know where they're supposed to fall back to though.
I got those buildings right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Oh, your Vindicators successfully don't look cheating. Your Vindicators successfully hid behind that thing.
okay.
The
All right.
Vindicators, the Vindicators have relatively short range guns, but they're very powerful. They're kind of like Churchill AVREs or something like that.
Okay. Short.
They're for killing bunkers and heavy tanks.
Is there anything? So what's like the best against the sand crawlers that I have?
Dread the Vindicators by far.
Okay.
The Dreadnoughts can do it. The Dreadnoughts absolutely will do it, no questions asked, in melee. And at shooting, maybe?
Okay. All right.
I'm ready when.
All right. So my infantry that I'm looking at right now, I guess they can shoot at the tanks as they start coming by from this position, right?
If they come within
16.
about that far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But yes, they could, they have enough, like, they could pop rhinos if the rhinos came close enough. But they're not close enough right now.
okay. Well, they can hold then. Um, Same for my Terminators there, and the Vindicators stay hidden. Death Guard. I don't know. Yeah, have them sidle up closer to the generator for cover and keep on fighting.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you. So these guys, I'm already losing a bunch. They're my delaying force right now. This is my ambush force. All right. So what's the latest chatter? Uh, Chip the Destroyer. So he's commanding this force. He says he can see White car, White Scar fast movers have flanked the Emperor's children and are cutting them down in droves, so that's not good. Baneblades assisting as much as they can. Oh, maybe they can't help. They're probably over here. Death Guard AT guns, anti-tank guns, moving to engage Salamander armor on the left side of comms relay. Oh, I forgot that behind. So these guys are engaging armor somewhere here, maybe? Those are anti-tank guns, good to know. Entirety of Sons of Horus moving to ambush the Imperial fists as they try to unload their transports. I have no knowledge of the far right, except that I hear laser discharges, taking no casualties at this point. So he's moving. What are these? Don't have a name. Oh, Land Raider, Phobos. I don't know where those are. So Bane Blades are staying 2 tactical. Okay, so Julius over the Emperor said 2 tactical squads turned to 3 tactical squads, 2 assault squads, dreadnoughts, and a tank corps. Bane Blades need to stay here, get north ASAP. Bit of a pickle. Killed a dreadnought and wiped out a tactical squad, lost a couple rhinos to a tank ambush. Uh-oh. So I think he got too far forward and they ambushed. I don't know. I don't think we're winning yet. Although I think we have this generator without issue. Although if he's, I think they're focusing on him, and he's free right now. I'm sure my Death Guard are taking more than they're giving at the moment. So we're not really winning on the right front. But I think my goal is to just tie up the enemy here so they can't come seeping around. They're basically a delaying force at the moment. I'm going to keep the Vindicators hidden so we can, if we can draw the enemy out into the open and then I can pounce on them. I think that would be good. Ah, look, I found a dune crawler. I don't think that's supposed to be here. It's got stats. Oh, 32 inch range. That's big. 1 shot. 4+. I wonder if CAF is the armor something. 3+ save. Armor piercing. -1. 4+. It's probably what it takes to hit. 4+. Basically 50 odds with a single shot. I think some things had multiple shots. Yeah, that has 3 shots at 4+, so that does lots of damage. What do these do? Nothing. Those do 2 shots at 5+. It's 1 out of 3 chance to hit. These guys have stats. So I get 1 shot at 5+. 0 armor piercing. This has to be, that can't be -1. That's got to be armor piercing 1. I can't imagine that'd be worse than normal infantry. It's got like a drill gun. What the crap is that? Although I think he's treating this, if this is only 3 groups, I'm basically getting 3 attacks at 5+ odds. So maybe 1 On average, 1 hit per turn ish. While I'm waiting, I might as well update my player profile. Didn't fix my browser because somehow it got switched back to YouTube or Yahoo. Default browser settings. It does say Google Chrome is my default. Okay. Ooh, this file's getting big. And someone's in it. That's always funny. Gotta add this before I forget it. So this is called Warhammer 30K. What's the name of it? Battle of Beta-Garmon by McPanzer. I'm Warmaster hardcore on the traitor side. See if it's a victory. Suppose Sorry, I was doing stuff on other games. Sounds like... So the Emperor's children, I think, are taking a beating. I don't think the Center Force has at all yet. And I haven't, really. So that's good. We got 2 of 5 are still strong, and the center ones. And this one's hasn't yet, so they can hopefully come to help him. We'll see. Death Guard probably not gonna last long. That's like the one, well, the biggest decision I made. I don't know if it was the right one. We'll see what McPanther says in the post-op. Because I could have had these guys, like, back here. Like, maybe, what if I had hit them behind the building to start? And the enemy had come, like, down that way. And I launched an ambush from, like, both sides. I don't know if that would have worked out. He may have seen him. That would have been cool, though. Too late for that, though. It's a little bit slow for a live game.
Oh, sir.
Oh, hey.
I have messed up my camera. Oh no. So you guys wait for the rhinos to come close. They don't.
Okay.
I'll give you a quick 360 and then we'll go to the interesting parts of the action. Your dreadnoughts take some fire from one of the doom crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
They kill one.
Oh, okay.
And seeking to avenge Brother Steve, the others step forward just a few paces to get within range, fire and destroy one of the dune crawlers that killed their friend.
Nice. So that's 2
They didn't
Doom
like
Crawlers destroyed or 1?
Just one.
Okay. Out of how many
One,
that I can see or they see?
they saw 6.
Okay, got it.
There's a better view from the Death Guard. I'll show you that in just
Okay,
a second.
got it, got it.
On this side, you can see all kinds of horrible, horrible close-range violence, as the Sons of Horus and Imperial Fists seem to have the same idea, and they both slam Land Raiders and way too many Tactical Marines around the corner of this monolithic structure. And there's a close-range firefight that has grown into a melee with Sons of Horus Terminators and Imperial Fist Legionnaries. At least one Sons of Horus Land Raider is on fire. At least one Imperial Fist Land Raider is on fire. There's a whole lot of weapons fire. Your Vindicators are still nice and safe.
All right.
Moving over here into Death Guard land, they have taken cover behind this building. The volume of fire coming into them has slowed down greatly. 2 stands got shot as they ran in here, but that's a fraction of the casualties they took last turn. And they have the generator.
So
But
they
they
are.
can't really.
They technically have command of it or control of it.
At the moment, you have command of that generator,
Okay,
yes.
got it.
But there could be stuff on the other side. It's hard to say.
I bet you there is.
Um, I said there was a better view, but there's not. So your dreadnoughts saw 5 remaining dune crawlers.
So are they like peeking around the building and shooting and getting shot at, or at this point are they in like full cover?
Here, I'll put Steve out there. You can see what they
It's up to you, Steve.
up to you, Steve. Steve doesn't want to be there. Those things have wildly more firepower than Steve.
Oh,
But that's Steve's heroic peak of
okay.
knowledge,
Thank you, Steve,
and
for
now
looking.
and that's kind of it.
All right. So Death Guard, stay where they are. Keep hold of the
Okay,
generator. Try not to die
okay,
anymore. That's it for them. And
fun.
then the shoot. Well, the dreadnoughts are to pull back to cover. Yeah, pull back to full. You know what? Have the
They move forward because the dune crawlers outrange them just slightly.
yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. So my warriors just to the left, there to go in. I guess they can charge in, right? Would it be dumb
They
to
probably would.
charge?
It would. Oh my god, my screen broke. You're not in range to charge. Your staff officer says, "Sir, that's too far to charge.
Okay.
We should not charge."
So move in and join the firefight and support the Sons of Horus.
Got it.
And then I want the dreadnoughts to turn around and start coming this way to also support that direction. Vindicators remain hidden.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. So the Dune Crawlers are staying here. I got good range. These guys... I think I've already lost 4. I've lost enough that something like that. They're all taking cover behind the building. So these guys are hidden. And these guys, they were here, but I'm sending them back this way. These guys are all super fighting right here-ish. Something like that. So I'm sending these guys forward to support. I have no clue what's going on the left side. Oh, Chthonius said... Chthonia's over here, I think. Sending support ASAP, moving to flank with 1 battalion and marching the generator on the generator with the other. I think that's a battalion. So these guys... Ooh, don't do that. Oh, crap. Ah. So these guys, I think, are coming this way. And these guys are... I did it. Sentinels are moving into direct support of you and should arrive on your left flank soon. Where would that be? Maybe through here. Maybe you only got that far. Dodo. Harker, perhaps you should halt your attacks and focus on simply saving our flanks, as the Bane Blades will be needed on the left after all. Yeah, I did halt, kinda. I'm being semi-cautious. Captain Chip, do you have reserves you could commit on the right to stop the Imperial Fist, or for the Warsmith? He may need it. I mean, he is. I don't know where these are. Land Raider. Are these troop transports too? Looks just like those ones, like the rhinos. Who knows? I don't even know where those are. It's annoying. It's because this map, so it's locked, but it's got the states on it. I don't want to change its states, probably going to mess it up. So it's still selectable, kind of, where the state's changing, so it makes interacting with pieces harder. So like, I got them selected, but you see how it's mostly showing the map? I gotta like, be really careful about where I put my mouse to actually touch them. That one I don't know. I'm hoping... So I'm pulling the dreadnoughts this way. I'm hoping, one, that they're key in winning this fight here. We really need to win this fight, because ultimately we have to take the comm station. So we do need to concentrate and focus on it. Two, I'm hoping, well, one, the sandcrawlers can't shoot at them anymore. But I hope that they think they're still here, just hidden. So it's kind of a deterrent. On the one hand, I guess that would be the best thing. Like if they stay in there and can't really shoot me and don't move, then that's really good. if they know, I mean, I guess if they're talking, they'll eventually figure out my dreadnoughts went that way. Maybe. They may, I guess the best thing would be if, like, they came this way to help that fight, and then that's when my Vindicators could pop out, hit them on the flank. I don't know if there's any kind of flanking advantage or anything. If it were World War II, there would be, because the front armor would be heavier than the side armor. It looks about the same all around. But, I'm assuming it's better than a front-on attack. Anyway, if they come out, flanking attack, get into close range, could be pretty good. So I'm hoping, because they've not seen the Vindicators at all, they think it's wide open. They could also come and be like trying to focus on the Death Guard, in which case they can still come out and hit them in the rear and flank. Either way, my goal is hopefully to draw them out and then spring my ambush with the Vindicators. And I feel like if I can take out all 6 of these tanky things, crawlers, that'll be pretty good victory. Especially if my Vindicators are still not as badly hurt after the fight. We'll see. Alright, Captain Chips said, "We are making mincemeat of the Imperial Fist infantry. We've taken some casualties, but nothing like they have. Committing to a full assault on their position to press the advantage. Land Raiders have fired at their Land Raiders, and we came off the worst. Lost 2, they lost 1. Additional fire support in this respect would be appreciated. I can see some arriving now from the Iron Warriors. As for the left side of the comms relay, the Bane Blades and Rapiers are firing at targets, can't see what. Presume it to be Salamander armor. Have taken no casualties." That's good. So, I don't know what these are. We got anti-armor, little tank, tiny little crawler tank guns things. Anti-tank guns, kind of cool. Anyway, so they're here with, there's like a super anti-tank force right here. And if that's where the Salamander tanks are, that's great. I think these guys are fighting over here. Dang it. So yeah, we'll double down. Hopefully win this fight. And I'll keep delaying them over here. They have to get this generator. I guess they could be going for this one. Maybe they assumed we would... Or they assumed that we assumed that they would go for this one as the easier one. But really they concentrated here. Wouldn't be a bad move. And then they left like one force here to kind of just distract, but they don't need the generator. They also may be like hiding units and biding time for like a super assault at the very end. He's got eyes all over his suit. What the crap is going on? It's like, what the heck? Are those really eyes, or is that like decorative? I don't know. I've seen like a couple fan film videos of Warhammer stuff, just showing his combat or something, that were really well done, and it looked super cool. I just don't know the lore or anything. I think when I was a teenager, um, I was big into my big hobby with my friends. Well, we role played, and then we did the customizable card game. We did Star Wars. That's what I was really into. And so a couple times I went to game shops and stuff and like competed in tournaments. Um, One time I went there and they were also having, I think, a Warhammer tournament. I think it was Warhammer. And maybe not a tournament. They had a table set up and some pieces, and they were letting people like try it out. I think they were trying to sell more Warhammer minis. But my friend and I guess it's more my friend more than I, but he played a couple rounds. They kind of just explained the basics and did a round or two of combat just to show how it worked. So I had seen Warhammer. I'm pretty sure it's Warhammer. I had seen it a long time ago. So it's pretty cool. It seems to have a very rich lore, background, history. It's got lots of cool different kinds of units. That look cool. So pretty fun. Now, when you normally play Warhammer, so we have a game shop near my house, and my kids like to go because they have really cheap Pokemon cards. They have like a giant filing cabinet full of them that they sell 10 cents a piece. And my kids, I've actually less so lately. They've kind of gotten out of Pokemon, but for like half a year, they were big into collecting and playing. So I'd take them, and while they were looking at Pokemon, I'd look at everything else in the game store. But there's pretty much always guys in the back. They had like 6 tables set up, and there are always people back there. At least 2 or 3 Warhammer games going on, and not as big as what this table would represent. Maybe closer to like a fourth. But they'd be playing each other. I'd watch them, and I think so. The advantages of that gameplay. It seemed very dice rolly. That's not an advantage. So there's a lot of dice rolling. I think McPanzer's doing light rolls, and even then it's taking forever. But there's a lot of dice rolling back and forth, and the nice thing, like you're standing around the table, you're playing an opponent, you're interacting with them, which is nice, rather than sitting and by yourself talking to yourself, as I am. The advantages of Kriegspiel is really of course, everyone watching this probably knows this and agrees, but it's just the fog of war. So like, when you're playing on a table, this would be my perspective if I were a person at the table. So you can walk around it, you can see everything your opponent has, and assuming you knew the game well enough, you'd know all the different units and what they can do. and you got to take turns for movement, and so like I would go, and then he would go, and I don't know if Warhammer has rules for like reactions and things like that, but um, there's no fog of war. Like there's no. Maybe there's Warhammer players that are gonna excoriate me for saying this, but you can see everything. So there's lots of strategy and tactics. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with unit placement and cover and ranges and like what units you position against other units and that kind of thing, based on their advantages and disadvantages and all that. So there's a lot of strategy and tactics in there, kind of like a chess game in some ways. But this is cool because I don't know. I know some of the forces my enemy has. I don't know their full force. They could be hiding a lot in the city. I can, from where my physical commander is, I'm like back here, so I can kind of see my ally, one of my allies, one of three. I can't see anything that's going on inside the city or on the other side of this giant comm station. Um, and I can't even see. I mean, McPanzer's been nice because we're short a player. Technically, if I was here, I wouldn't be able to go over there like McPanzer's been doing to see the Death Guard. I'd just barely be able to see them. But there's a whole lot more unknowns that you have to deal with, which makes it fun. And makes it less obvious about what the right move is, what's the right thing to do. It's already 10:49. And McPanzer's an hour later, so it's almost midnight for him. And I know he likes to end the game pretty quickly after midnight. I imagine. I mean, it doesn't feel like. Maybe I'll feel differently after this next update. It feels like we're just barely getting into the mid game. Maybe that's for me because I've been holding back a little bit more and not fighting as hard. I think everyone else has been fighting more. I've committed 2 of my 3 group units for my Iron Warriors, and technically, I guess all my Death Guard are committed. I could pull them back, and I think they'd take fire if they did that. But at this point, it'd be silly. I'm basically just going to try and hold on to the generator for dear life. Because if I can deny them this one, and we deny them that one, then even if we lose the comms tower, it might be that wouldn't be a full loss. It'd be kind of like both sides lose. Anyway, so Death Guard, hold the generator. Yeah, so I'm mostly, except for my hidden Vindicators, they're like my reserve force, I'm mostly committed, or I have just committed, so. My CIC has written on the radio, he says, I think I can spin this to walk away having shredded a few detachments worth of infantry. Already have traded very well. Took down 2 dreadnoughts at the cost of half an assault marine detachment. Trying to get out. The White Scar infantry is entirely wiped out. I'm dealing with the Blood Ravens. Do not take excessive risks to take the other generator. We only need one, and ours is well taken by now. I appreciate the success you all are having, which helps greatly my accidental overextension in the start. That's funny.
Hello, friends.
Hey!
Friend. And the internet. Hello, internet. So, your infantry advance at a brisk walk, firing their bolters from the hip. They gun down a couple salamanders, tactical marines who are coming up in support of a massive, massive melee that is unfolding. There's some point-blank fire from the armored transports, the land raiders, over the heads of the melee. You can't see it from here, but you saw an explosion on the other side that could only have been the 3rd Sons of Horus land raider.
Okay.
These rhinos advanced around the enemy left. 2 of them were destroyed by your advancing dreadnoughts,
Ooh.
and you did not see anyone get out, but you do see infantry moving up behind them. In the melee, you can see Terminators on both sides, tactical marines on both sides. It's impossible to tell who's on top.
Okay.
But this is all you see.
This infantry, are they better at melee, or are they Like, is it smarter to send them in to melee fight, or just stay here and keep range fighting as they are?
They're pretty good at both. They're good general purpose infantry. They're not a slouch at either, but they're not specialists at either. Like the Emperor's Children have some assault marines over there who have terrible shooting, but great.
McPanzer, I got one quick question for you.
Sure, what's up?
Are there any penalties from disengaging from melee?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll talk to you in the Empire channel.
Okay.
After I get James's orders. I think that's it for this section.
Okay.
I will show you the Death Guard.
And the dreadnoughts are in range where they are?
Yep. Your dreadnoughts are also good at shooting, but fantastic at melee. They have giant squishy fists.
Okay, that's good.
The Death Guard continue their heroic fortification, but they do see enemy siege automata moving around their flank, trying to get shots on them. They've not killed anyone yet, but they're getting real close.
Okay.
And your Vindicators are winning.
Ultra reserve. Did Steve peek at the crawlers, see if they moved yet? They're probably still there.
Come on, Steve.
Oh yeah, good
Nope.
job, Steve. Okay. Alright, Death Guard move full-on attack against those siege automata.
Okay.
We'll wipe them out. Yeah, move right, attack them. Dreadnoughts move in, I guess, to melee range or towards melee range to get into the fight there. Iron Warriors stay where they're at.
Okay. You also are very good in melee, for what it's worth.
Oh, I can fight too.
And you're wildly overpowered.
Oh well. All right. We're for the Iron Blood something irony. I'll join the Dreadnoughts and we'll go in for a huge melee fight here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. So what's going on? Yeah, something. I don't know if they came. I think they're coming from there. coming around, so I'm moving to counterfight. I don't know. Maybe I should have stayed with the cover. I may get if they have some more here, I guess I could get blasted coming out, but I'm hoping to like overwhelm with my 3 units. Fire on that 1 unit. May have been a dumb move, but we'll see. These guys, they were about here, and I'm ordering them in with myself. I might die, but the game's almost over. And I guess these guys I'm leaving at range. That's fully committed. Probably won't be able to. I think my fans are just being nice, showing it well, because I'm really playing for 2, so I can see more than I would really. Once I get in, I'm not going to be able to see the Vindicators, but I can leave orders for them to, like, if the Sandcrawlers come out at all, just move in and attack. The nice thing, and the reason why I felt better moving right, is the crawlers aren't Doomcrawler, whatever it is. I've got the building between me and them, so they can't be shooting me. But we'll see. I wonder, we'll see. Maybe I should have, if these guys are over here, I could still pull them over there, actually. Maybe I need to. I think, actually, yeah. If the Doomcrawlers don't move by next turn, I think I'll commit these guys to the fight over here. Because we really need to win the comm station. Yeah, we'll see. With Kriegspiel, like, we're not going to fight to the bitter death. So I think once one side has, the tide of battles on their side, where they're starting to get overwhelming forces, then Panzer probably just call it. I wonder if the order of battles were the same, or if the enemy had, like, easier objectives. Like, maybe we had to get to the generators and comm station, but...
Hey, James.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I forgot. Are the Vindicators hiding or are the Vindicators moving?
they're hiding still.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe their objective could be... I don't know what it would be. It'd make sense if they had a similar objective. So it's kind of how the map's made. But wonder what's in here. Road. Nature. Oh, some nice terrain. These are good terrain pieces. Search. Tyranid Spire. Nice little terrain pieces. Walkers and towers. Advance, March, Marshal, Overwatch. Marshal, I guess that's rally. Advance, March, Overwatch. Probably put that on the unit so you know what it's doing. Imagine Overwatch. Oh, what's that? Overwatch is like providing cover fire. Let's see, what does the CIC say? He says, that was a very bad turn for me. I found out the hard way. Trying to retreat doesn't work very well, as I tried to rejoin with Auxilia. My player token is under threat now. I will try to do as much damage possible to give the Auxilia as much advantage as I can. The Bane Blades, once they finish the armor, might need to come in to support the rest of your formation. I'm down to a few Assault Marine bases and my commander against a Blood Raven Assault Marine bases and their commander. If I fall, carry me out on a stretcher, please. So I think he's taking the worst of it for sure. Even if they called it soon, hopefully they take into account that my not that freshness matters probably in this game, but I got hidden Vindicators that should count for something. Let's see, Captain Chip the Destroyer says, assault continuing with much success here. Only one Land Raider left and the enemy is 3, entering a duel now. I've lost the ability to effectively command the rapiers and blades on the left. Well, hopefully they can be smart on their own. Yeah, I think unless these guys come out, I'm going to send the Vindicators to the left. Commit to that fight. That's funny. I think these two pipes are supposed to... Oh, no, maybe not. They're supposed to connect with each other. Otherwise, this looks kind of silly. What would this unit be? So we got like a tank with an air vent going into here. There's no pump between them. That's more like a liquid. Well, could be air vent. Then we got 2. This is huge. Looks like an air vent, and that's like a liquid inlet. Of course, this design's all garbage. So if this was touching this, it'd almost be like a dust collector. Yeah, none of this makes any sense. I think you could have, if this was, that could be like some kind of inlet for a dust or pellets. It looks like it's supposed to bottom load barrels. Of course, I don't know how you'd access that barrel. But there's a barrel underneath it for some reason. And then you got a dust collector coming over here. But I don't think it's supposed to be realistic. It's just supposed to look cool at a glance. I put up some more over here. This is obviously a crane. That looks cool. Oh, look, they put the crane on a generator. That's a cool way to do it. Some shipping containers with ramps. I think it's supposed to look like some kind of electrical. This could have been a generator building. Oh, that one looks cool too. They got the giant, I imagine these are like fans. This is kind of like a cooling tower of some sort. That's kind of what it looks like. Then you got some kind of generator motor wheel thing, half in the ground. You got some tanks here. See, there's an actual pump looking thing. So you got this pipes going, and you got an inlet and an outlet maybe, all on the bottom, which is funky. They do have a pump, and I imagine there's a substructure. Maybe this pump is pumping to the tanks, or from the tanks. Got some kind of electrical attachment on the side. Might be a level measurement. Let's see what else. Anything else to critique? Cool statue. Grandiose statuary. He's got a giant sword. I want a guy with a sword. Oh, he's got a gun behind his shield. That's kind of useful. Oh, they have some interesting fighting tactics. This guy's got... He looks cool too. Oh, I guess my drawn lines somehow intersected with him. See anything else to critique? I think it's just copies over here. Building ruins. Kinda World War II Russia. Oh, that's funny. Walk softly and carry a big gun. Easter egg, I found it. Yeah, it's like World War II Russia era. There's another. There's a bunch of them. It's turning less Easter eggy. Let's see. Are they part of the ruins? What does that say? Destroy Mad Brute. Huh. I don't know if those are Warhammer posters. There's cool posters everywhere. Enlist and secure your planet. Yeah, this might be Warhammer specific ruins. That's not a World War... I mean, it looks World War II-y, but there's no enlistment poster for your planet. I don't know. Hopefully the death card... If the death card can hold on to this generator as well, that'd be pretty cool. The enemy may be scared of my aggression and the name Death Guard and not wanting to attack. I don't know. Oh, we lost someone. All the umpires. Oh. The CIC. I think they're having a duel or something. Because they were sharing channels. Probably one of them died. The winner might be determined based on who won. We'll see. I mean, we're doing, I think we're winning here. I know we lost land raiders slightly, but I think besides that, we're winning. Especially with my help. I think we're doing a two against one scenario here. And I think these are holding whatever they're fighting off well enough. This is mostly gone, but I haven't heard, but I think these are mostly good, so. And then my forces, I've taken some hits with the dreadnoughts, but these forces are pretty well intact still. That might change here in a second. Death Guard's taking hits, but I don't know. I don't think we've secured the comm tower because we're only like got half of this and half of that. Although if they're winning, they could maybe do that and then technically secure it. And once we win here, it might be enough.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I've made a slight error.
Oh, okay.
Please stand by.
Standing by.
I have corrected my error.
Excellent.
Captain Chip the Destroyer and Warsmith Harcourt are close enough that they can
Are you Shane?
speak to each other over the Vox. I am not. I'm about to.
Okay.
But I wanted to give the report to both of you because you're very close together.
Got it.
Now I'm sharing. So I'm going to start with the Iron Warriors. So your tactical Marines make a corridor for the dreadnoughts to barrel through. It means that only a couple of them can actually get to melee, but they make contact with a pair of rhinos and flip them over with trivial ease. Another goes to charge an Imperial Fist Terminator section, but the Imperial Fist Terminators die before it can get there, so he's piled in to fight another one next turn.
Okay.
One of your dreadnoughts takes a las cannon round to the face and bounces it like the hero he is, and you are heroically hiding behind your dreadnoughts.
Yes. Okay.
That's it for here. Over here in Chipland, a pair of Baneblades are moving at their best speed, which is not good speed, towards you. The melee continues. It looks like it was about 50-50. However, your friend and comrade, Tim the Deceiver, has been chopped down right next to you, and half of your command squad has been killed by Templar Sword Brethren. Sean rolled better than you did, and you're down to your last ones. I'm going to go over to the Death Guard, so Chip, you can
Close
pretend you
ranks.
didn't see this, because I've been giving James the Death Guard rundown.
Yeah. Wizards.
Sure. So this is what Brother Grimm sees. The Terminators make contact with the Siege Automata, cut one down, and lose a section of their own. The Tactical Marines move around the corner, take a casualty, and liquefy half of the Scutarii cohort, just mow them down. But the Death Guard are down to their last legs. They've taken a lot of fire over the course of the first turn
Yep.
and this turn from the Siege Automata to the
Are
face.
the Dune Walkers moving out?
The Dune Walkers look like they are moving out. Steve, the corner peeker, is now here and engaged in a firefight. So this is the best you got.
Got it.
Those are Dune Walkers.
Okay. You ready for orders?
Yeah. Can you do the Death Guard first?
Yeah, Death Guard fall back behind the generator, get cover, and survive as long as they can.
Okay. The guys in melee probably don't want to do that.
Are they in melee? Oh, those are my guys. Oh, okay.
Those are your guys.
I
Yeah.
thought that was theirs. Yeah.
No, they're killing robots.
They can stay and fight. The rest just bide their time.
Amazing.
Let's have since I know you're about to call it, let's have the Vindicators come out from their hidey spot and attack this Dune Crawl. No, I take that back. Come towards the fight here by the comm station. And, join me that way. We need their help. And
Okay.
then everything here, Dreadnoughts and myself just keep going in, fighting. I guess I don't know what to tell it to focus on.
You don't need to tell them.
Advance and fight.
They're all
Yep.
amazing. Yep. The rapiers have moved forward again and are not fighting. And it looks like someone else is sending the Baneblades orders.
Yep. Yeah, I saw those in the planning.
I haven't even looked in there. What would the rest of the Sons of Horus like to do now that you're not being deprived of your assets? Now that you are being deprived of your assets.
Well, I think we just got to keep fighting. I don't think we have any other choice. Hoping we don't die, or I don't personally die, but we'll see.
Okay. So between us, since we're all gentlemen here, what we will probably do is do 2 turns of combat, then bring everybody to the lobby.
That sounds
so we
good.
can keep it reasonable. So would these orders change? Do you want to give any contingency for the second round?
No, I'm pretty much all in.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
this is the critical point here.
All right. Thank you, friends.
You had quite the fight here.
Yeah, very much so.
I gotta give my update.
I think there was a slight force disparity here. I think it was so the Imperial fists there already did outnumber my detachment.
Yeah.
And then they were also supported by some salamanders. I think I early on got a good advantage by charging them with Terminators while they were dismounting. And got in, basically was able to get into melee with the Terminators against their weakest melee troops before they were able to get an opportunity to really overwatch. So I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then you see I'm fighting Terminators now, but I had to basically cut through, I think, 2 full lines of Legionnaires that I just had to liquefy those before we reached the Terminators. And then we just had some unlucky rolls with the vehicles.
Yeah. Well, I think though, if the Baneblades are free to move, they may have won the fight on the left near the comm tower. And with
No,
you don't think so?
I think the Baneblade is moving to the left
Oh.
to try and support them.
Well, yeah, but at least whatever was close, they may have defeated already if there were tanks or fighters.
Maybe whatever those anti-tank guns are.
Hello,
James.
Yes.
There is a salamander leader charging your dreadnought line, bellowing out to challenge you.
Except, of course.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
There's no other response to that.
There's no other response. Yeah, but I think because my Iron Warriors are pretty fresh still, so I'm hoping between the 2 of us we can, and with my tanks coming up, we'll overwhelm them here, and then that'll mean the comm station's secured.
I think I've got their infantry pretty much bogged down, and those dreadnoughts are just vehicle destroyers.
Yeah. They seem to chew through those rhinos easy.
Yeah, rhinos are kind of
weak?
like they're the APC.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Of the Warhammer, like they're not an APC. They definitely have more fighting capability than you would see in a modern IFV, but of the Warhammer world, of course, they're the APC.
Yeah, but well, hopefully I win the duel, and then if they can get in on those tanks, and then I've got my other tanks coming up to finish them off. Hopefully that means we've got the comm station.
Yeah, and I think AdMech is just too overextended. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything.
Ones on the right?
Yeah, the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, I don't know why they just hunkered down in the city and mostly stayed hidden. They did come out a little bit, and I sent my Death Guard against them, as you saw, and then I'm
Mhm.
pulling back. But
I mean, it was probably you being aggressive
yeah,
and just kind of scared them.
I think so. I hope that was it. That my aggression and getting to that generator quickly kind of scared them and staying back. I wonder who was. Let's see. We're fighting against Gabby, Creechin, Squire, Sean Mack, and John Warhammer. I don't know who. We'll find out who commanded what.
Mhm.
I guess our illustrious leader ran smack dab into an ambush.
So it happened. Yeah, he says, yeah, "All I get is I'm blessed by court," and then all of a sudden he's gone.
I think he may be dead. Oh, let's see. What does Legate Chthonius say? He witnessed Caesarion gloriously vanquish massive amounts of enemy in single combat. Fortunately, the enemy dreadnoughts are moving to destroy his 2nd Battalion's left flank and report enemy salamander tanks on the right flank rear, recalling the his Bane Blades, to destroy
Yeah.
them and sending sentinels to glory to die for the cause. The 2nd Battalion would soon die, but they're engaging the dreadnoughts. Do we have any AT left to take on the dreadnoughts? The Iron Warriors may have to carry the day once they win the center and secure the left flank, as I am likely overrun. So the left flank's gone, but if you and I take the comm station,
Yeah, that's probably a game win.
win condition right there, because we just gotta get the message out, right?
Yep, that's the goal.
They're gonna get picked up. So if we can win here now, even if they took our flanks, we just gotta win here in the center. So we'll see.
We will.
Do you do? It sounds like you're more familiar with Warhammer. Do you have Warhammer minis you played before?
I do. I haven't played with them in years. It's been a long time.
Do you have 40k or 30k?
40k.
What's the difference?
Scale. There's some slight differences. Equipment's different. Organization is different. In 30k you have legions of hundreds of thousands of Space Marines. In 40k, a Space Marine chapter is limited to 1,000 Marines, but there are 1,000 different chapters, and it really comes down to scale. Every Marine is its own piece. So you have one squad that you're ordering around made up of 5 Marines, and in this you have every squad is its own piece, and you're ordering around a detachment of several dozen or so squads.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah, this pretty much the same, especially for Chaos. You see a lot of the same equipment Chaos uses in the Heresy in 30k. They're going to use a lot of the same equipment in 40k because that's kind of what they have. They don't really have the manufacturing capabilities to make new stuff.
Is Chaos the faction we're playing right now?
Yeah, it's basically the Emperor of Earth made a bunch of Space Marine legions, sent them out, conquered most of the galaxy, and then half of the legions were seduced by the Chaos Gods, basically, into following them and trying to kill the Emperor.
Huh.
There's giant civil war, which is what we're fighting,
Oh.
called the Horus Heresy.
Are the Chaos Gods? These are real gods?
Kinda. So the way Warhammer works is there's kind of a warp dimension, which is how you travel. You enter the warp, you travel through the warp, and then you exit the warp, and that's faster than light travel. The warp, though, is kind of like where psychic energy and like souls reside. It's kind of a weird spiritual realm, which is influenced by things that happen in the material realm and the people, like in the emotions and stuff, the material realm. And a lot of those negative emotions over thousands and thousands of years, not even just with humans, but with other species as well, coalesce into these four major chaos gods, which are, and then they're trying to expand their influence over the material world, et cetera, et cetera.
Interesting.
Yep. It's a rabbit hole.
I know there's like books and stuff. Do you read the books as well?
Yeah, there's the Horus Heresy is a book series. Probably could find it. It's if you look up Horus Heresy book series flowchart or something like that, you'll see there's like 4 dozen books, I want to say. And the timeline where each book is part of a different part of the timeline, and it's like different parts of the galaxy, and so it's basically a giant web-looking flowchart for how they all connect to each other. It's not a linear story.
Yeah. Holy crap. Interesting. It's a lot of books.
Yeah, it's a lot of books.
Is this book series like the main one for Warhammer?
It's kind of like so. The Black Library is kind of like the publishing company of Games Workshop, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of books by a bunch of different authors, um, all kinds of different stories, there's a lot of different stories, and they're not necessarily all connected to each other. The Horus Heresy is kind of like the foundation, I guess you could say, of the Warhammer universe, because it's the events of the Horus Heresy are the reason things are the way they are. They're the reason that the Emperor is a rotting carcass residing on the golden throne of Earth. That they sacrifice 1,000 psyker souls a day in order to keep his psychic might burning alight in the warps that ships can actually navigate. It's because Horus mortally wounded him, and they had to inter him on the golden throne before Horus was expunged from existence.
Interesting. We surviving through your Deutsche Wagram game?
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm in the middle of a move right now too, which is how I broke my toe. So, definitely trying to get things going. And I mean, you might not have seen in the announcement. I realized that with everything going on last night, I loaded up the game to do some more updates this tonight, and like half of the resolution of the last turn was not saved.
Oh no, that's the
Yeah,
worst.
so it hasn't happened yet, but it would be nice once we get through these last 4 turns before 1900. It's going to be like it's going to be like the dusk turn, which will be kind of a pretty quick and easy resolution. I'm expecting, and then there's going to be like a week or two of. I'm going to set up these like long range dispatch channels with like a 12-hour cooldown for people who aren't part of an actual like command conference.
Yeah.
But it's basically a second planning session overnight.
Have you had to deal with replacing players a lot?
Uh,
Having so many.
I've had to replace probably about 12,
Oh yeah.
maybe a little more.
We got like what, 80 players?
Yeah, it's 80 players. We're down to 77 now.
Huh. Had some die.
No one's died yet.
Oh.
We had 2 people captured, and 1 person was arrested by their own side.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, 12 a dozen for 80's pretty normal.
Yeah, I kind of that's part of the reason why I was trying to get as many 2ICs as I possibly could into the game as well, because it was like I want a robust group of people who are kind of at least know how the game's going to fill in once a spot opens up.
Oh, it's time. We're
All
being
right,
summoned.
let's see how this goes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. So, we have come to a point where we're tallying up victory points, and it is absolutely on the razor's edge. So we've calculated the main objective and the personal objectives that everybody's had, and it's going to come down to probably 2 dice rolls. So we thought we'd bring everybody together and show you on camera. So I'll show everybody kind of a big overview of the battlefield, and then we're going to come down to what's going to determine the game. So I had the left side. I'm going to give a really quick overview. We will give the umpires a chance to do their normal spiel after the game. But on the left side, the Loyalists under the White Scars and the Solar Auxilia. I'm sorry, the Loyalists under the White Scars opposing the Solar Auxilia right now have the generator. So if they would also control the comms relay, that would be that. So the left flank goes to the Loyalists. In the center, it's an absolute charnel house where everything and its mother has been thrown into this meat grinder of a melee between Imperial fists, Sons of Horus, Salamanders, and Iron Warriors. And on the right, the Adeptus Mechanicus have wrapped up the Death Guard. And the Death Guard kind of don't exist.
No.
Their Terminators did destroy the last of the Castellan siege automata, but the Dune Crawlers and other section of the Qatarii took some casualties, but picked up the few remnants that were left from Brother Grimm's command. The Vindicators are coming into the middle, but everything's in melee. So the reason we brought everybody together is there are 2 ongoing duels in the center. One between Castellan 40 McFortress Face, and the other between Chip the Destroyer, and the other between Pyre Warden Caroldeck and Warsmith Harcourt. So we've done the first round of each of these, and the dice said in each of the first round the Loyalist won. Your command tokens had 2 wounds, and we think that if you take the duels out of it, the Traitors have more force here by a significant enough margin. There's just not enough Salamanders and Fist left to hold them, unless the Loyalists win both of their duels. And if there's no Traitor commander there, we think that tips the scales enough to a Loyalist victory. So it really is going to come down to 2 duels. So we figured we'd roll this on stream. So I've assigned blue dice to the Loyalists and red dice to the Traitors. So we're going to start with the Fists and the Sons of Horus. This is just 2d6, but these units are identical, so high dice wins. The first round there goes to Chip. Because we've already done 1 round, that puts both players on 1 wound. This one right here is for all the marbles. That goes to the Loyalist, and Chip gets cut down by the Imperial Fist at the last minute there. Thank you, John. It's the same scenario over here between Warsmith Harcourt and the Salamanders. Warsmith Harcourt goes down. Okay, so it came down to the last 2 duel rolls, but with the loss of 2 commanders in the center and the absence of command and control, we're going to go ahead and call this one a Loyalist victory by the absolute thinnest of margins. It came down to personal objectives as much as it did control. That was a wild game, and I'd like to thank everybody very much for playing. I'm going to let the umpires give a more detailed overview of their section of the battlefield, and then the players will have a chance to give criticism and feedback. And we'll go from there. So let's just go down the list with umpires. Kia, how'd it go for you?
So I had the
Imperial Fists and the Emperor's Children, it was interesting in both areas. The Emperor's Children should have died multiple times and somehow continued to keep winning.
Their dice were obscene.
Yeah, XTX probably should have died about 3 times and kept somehow surviving. And then the Imperial Fist did a stellar job of kind of holding the front and allowing the Salamander Infantry to kind of come in and really help try to fight off the hordes of chaos. But yeah, I mean, both players did a great job. They both had a good understanding of what they wanted to do, so yeah, props to both of them.
Thank you. Slock.
So I had the right side with Squire and John Warhammer with the Blood Angels. Both players did pretty well. Squire did a really good job at moving his bikes around. However, he got pretty chewed up pretty quick by being in range of the Bane Blades and then also the Sentinels. Got countercharged by the Emperor's Children. The Blood Angels started off really good, almost pulling off a Kanai type attack here against the Emperor's Children. But very quickly the tables started to turn against them, and John Warhammer went down in a duel after winning the first round. He then lost both of his subsequent dice rolls there, so I'm thinking maybe some heresy was spoken when the umpires were not there that turned the tables against him, but otherwise, this was a really good game, really cool game to do the first-person perspectives with, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir. James Nero, are you back? You know you had to go away for a second.
I am back, Barrow, but it's from my phone. Unfortunately, my car decided to detach one of the wheels a bit more than the other ones
No.
from it. So don't know what's going on. Maybe something. I went to pick up my dad, and he said perhaps a tie rod has broken off.
Go
No,
deal with
we're
that,
just
and
waiting.
we'll come back to you.
Oh no, he's calling a tow. So I'm just sitting around at the moment. So I can do my spiel now. So yeah, this was a fantastic umpire experience. I've done a whole bunch of James's games before, and for this one, the reason why it was easier than our ones because I didn't have to do any screenshots. It meant that it was a little bit more chill and a little bit more of a fluid game. I also got to do some combat stuff, which was super fun, and I'd be interested in doing more combat roles and with other modules in the future. I'd like to try that, but overall, the two people I had were fun to talk to and fun to umpire for. So I had a blast. I'd love to do more 30K in the future. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Did Chinleaf have to hop, or is he still here? I think sleep beat him. But Chinleaf had the Solar Auxilia on the left. He joined a little bit later, but was a big help pitching in. So big thank you to him if you ever watched the recording, buddy. I love you. I think that's it. If I missed anybody, I apologize profusely. But otherwise, because there aren't CICs, at least there's not CICs on both teams, I'm going to go down the list, and you guys can tell me what sucked and what didn't, and we'll go from there. So, Captain Chip the Destroyer, the late Captain Chip the Destroyer.
No, I had an awesome time. I mean, I just kind of knew that this was a key point here, and once I just figured out which side I needed to commit to of the comms relay, I just kind of committed everything I had over here. Got some bad luck, obviously, in the duel, and some bad luck with the land raiders in the initial rolls there. But had some good initial contact with the melee. I'm wondering if charging in as the Imperial Fists were dismounting was as good as I thought it would be. Like I was thinking, like maybe that would help me get into contact without having to face Overwatch. I wasn't sure how that worked out, so I'm actually curious if that's how that worked.
We gave him snapshots. It dropped a single base, and then your charge picked up half of attack detachment.
Yeah, so it worked pretty well.
Great.
Yeah.
Captain 40 McFortress Face.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I can't say that I am super engaged because like
Yeah.
an hour after I volunteered to do this game, I was told that we were doing some planning for a different game. So I was swapping back and forth between those. Luckily, I had a faction who is, let's say, the Imperial fists are simple in their tactical outlook.
Yep.
So I was just trying to get into fortifications to shoot at the traitors. They intercepted me, but you know, I won. So
Sometimes you just need to roll sixes, I guess. Yeah, it looked in the center, if I can make one aside, like all the Imperial fists and like a third to a half of the salamanders were fighting basically all of the Iron Warriors once the Vindicators came over, and all of the Sons of Horus. So it was not quite a balanced encounter there because the traitors committed more forces than the Loyalists did. But it doesn't matter if your commanders roll sixes. All right. Hostmaster John Warhammer. I'm so sorry that you died. How'd it go, buddy?
You're fine. That game was incredible. I loved it. I messaged Nero and Kia midway through. I was like, "This is the cocaine of Kriegspiels. Like, this is addicting and amazing, and what a rush! Like, it was great." I will admit, like, part of my being upset was just like, did the Emperor's Children, like, I right there is where I thought they were when they jetpacked out, like right at that manhole. How far did they go? Did they do a disengage action, or did they, like, it seemed like they moved, by my guess, around 20 grid spaces. I love this game. I want more of this game, but I need answers.
So the when they charge, especially so the movement on the assault troops and the Raptors is 12 grids. So when they charge, it doubles. So what happened was that they ended up charging jet bikes and that's where they disappeared to, and then that's the same time that you got engaged in the solo combat, which is when he went and brought back said guys who disengaged.
Right. I know what happened. What my thing is like, how did they get away? Like, when did they use the disengage action? I know I'm talking 5e here, was there no opportunity attack?
So it's a dice roll. Speed plays into it. You were tied. It was a straight dice roll. And the recurring theme of purple dice is they roll sixes and red dice don't. That's how that got rolled. Or ruled, rather.
I was shook. How outnumbered were they? I need, like, I felt like I played so well tactically. My mouth was hanging. I need McPantser. Make me feel better.
Okay, I'll make you feel better later, buddy. XDX.
Whoa, what does that mean?
So, you might call this a quote-unquote Imperial victory because of the last few dice rolls, but I'm going to be reborn as a greater demon either way, so I mean, I still personally won, I feel like. There's no way I'm not coming out of this as a demon after these feats for chaos, right? I do have to know, how did this last fight here work against the tactical marines? I only see one left, so it seems like it went pretty well.
Yeah, you would beat the tactical marines and get pasted by assault cannon and multi.
Oh, I wasn't going to go after the devastators. I was getting out of there after these tactical marines. I was going to leave the infantry to their pasty demise.
The way we rolled it is these guys died. These guys shot you to death. Sorry, buddy.
I come back though. Listen, there's no way I don't become a greater demon after that. All right.
I mean, you keep rolling sixes. That's Slanesh's number, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Reservist. With the Solar Ox. With this fucking Sentinel MVP.
Yes.
My
I got to represent the humble las rifle again today. As you can probably see by what was happening with the dreadnoughts, it didn't go so hot, but, you know, it never does. So, there used to be like 8 stands in that unit, and there are now 3. Anyways, my game was pretty simple. The White Scars genuinely juked me. I thought there was like no one on the left, and I was like, well, I'm going to walk up this road in a parade formation, as the guard does, and win us this generator. And then there were bikers on my flank, and I had gone too far forward after I had just been chastising the Emperor's children for not staying in my supporting range. I went forward to join them, and then there were bikers on my flank, so I decided to hide in a building while I sent my sentinels to deal with the bikers, because they had knocked out a couple before when they first came from the generator. However, I then saw those salamander tanks on my flank. Oh, you can see the sentinels are pursuing them now. And I kind of had a freak out moment, but I probably should have done this, turn those sentinels right around and killed those bikes. But I was worried about the command center, the comm center, falling to the enemy, and so I sent my sentinels that way to play to the objective, so to speak, and sent the blade blades to go do the same thing. Which probably means all of those salamanders are going to die, but unfortunately it means I will be huddling in a corner for the rest of my short, miserable life while the planet falls apart around me. So, sorry if that was a bit rambly, but the short of it is, very cool game. I liked the first-person view with minifigs thing, as ever, always cool. I'm also a fan of Warhammer. I think Imperialis is kind of a... I don't know exactly what the rules were. Imperialis is a weird one because of how much simultaneous movement to disengage, like how much of that stuff happens.
Yep,
So
100%.
I don't know how you adapted it to Kriegspiel, but I think it played fairly well. So it was cool. It was fun. Thank you, umpires. And I'm so sorry to John Warhammer. You got your comeuppance because we lost those 2 duels, and we totally could have won the game if we'd won those. But anyways, yeah, that's about it.
Creech. I'm sorry, Chief Magos Dominus Big Toaster. Creech.
Hola? Okay, there we go.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that I had a good time. I mostly turtled my way to victory on the on the left flank here. And honestly, I kind of felt bad, or at least I felt bad at the beginning because the guy that I was fighting against, I don't know who, I kind of peppered him, and he lost a lot of soldiers while I didn't like lose barely anything. But I took some casualties at the end there, so it evens out.
Thank you very much. Squire. I have to keep moving around the map. I don't think Squire's mic is working.
I have no idea what happened. I ran around in circles. I'm glad I was vaguely productive at the end.
Hey, you have an objective, which if you're not on, your team doesn't win. I think you also killed like 2/3 of the Emperor's Children tactical marines.
And I had no idea.
Sorry, buddy. You had a very
Can
good play in the
confirm, you
beginning
did.
when you got them on 2 sides with your land speeders and bikes. They came up this road, and they got pasted, absolutely pasted. Unfortunately,
It's
the
blind rage.
left your bikes to get shot in the butt by bane blades, which hurt a little bit, and the land speeders could not roll an armor save to save their life, literally to save their life.
Yeah, they did seem to be exploding a bit more than I expected, but these things happen.
They exploded more than math should have expected, but dice games. James, I think you're the last one.
Yeah, so I had 2 groups to command. So I had the Death Guards on the far right and the Iron Warriors in the middle right. And Death Guards, I decided to be aggressive, and I guess I should talk about Iron Warriors since that's what you're showing. Iron Warriors, I was not aggressive. I had them hidden behind tanks and things because I was just trying to hold the right flank for a while. But then when I saw the Sons of Horus were fighting, I basically committed to that fight to help him. The Vindicators I left hidden behind the tanks for a really long time, and I regret not sending them in forward earlier. I was hoping the Dune Crawlers would come out and I'd get some kind of ambush flanking attack, but they never did really till here in the end. So that was a bad decision, I think, on my part. But I was hoping for some sneakiness, keeping them hidden like that and as a reserve. On the right, the Death Guard, I was aggressive on taking the generator. I didn't have to take it according to my CSCs, but I wanted to be, I don't know, I wanted to try and hold it and at least use them to delay the enemy, which I guess they did, but they got wiped at the end. So I don't know if that was the right decision or not. Maybe I could have had them further back and just waiting. Yeah, but it was fun. Of course, I enjoy playing, and it's interesting to play in a game that I'm not familiar with. So I don't know. I can't game it at all because I don't know, advantages and disadvantages. I'm kind of guessing at what makes sense. So, but it was fun to do that and have that experience. So thank you, McPanzer.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you playing. I doubly appreciate the umpires who volunteered 3 hours of their Thursday evening to help me run this. I could not have done any of this without you. The whole thing with share your screen games is you have to have enough people to keep it about 2 or 3, or it just doesn't work. And I think we, at most, ever had 3, and most of those went down to 2 once Chetney tried to back us up. So that was fantastic. You guys saved me an ulcer. I think that's it. So we're calling it the narrowest of loyalist victories in the history of narrow victories. And I
When's
thank
the
you
next
all for
game?
playing. I think James has a naval game coming up next week, right?
Oh, I'm at the next weekly McPanzer 30K game.
Oh yeah.
You might have to
We
send
need
me
more of
information.
I don't think it's gonna happen. So McPanzer Jr. is due in November, so I'm gonna disappear for a while.
Oh,
So you're
hey,
saying it's
congratulations, man.
Congratulations, you won.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah. Mazel tov.
You're a better father than the Emperor.
But also, just think about how many games you could host with your paternity leave.
Right? All right. Thanks, everybody. I will leave it at that, and you're free to stick around and talk if you want to.
All right, yeah, thank you to the umpires again for running things. I gave more of like a kind of a jokey talk before, but I mean, I do think that if I had to make any comments on the game, I think that the live stream nature of it could have, at certain points, given advantage to certain players who were later in the turn order, because it seemed like a lot of umpires would move pieces while they were live streaming, right? And so I at least noticed myself a couple pieces moving, and it seems like in the future it would work better if you collected the orders and then moved them all away from where the players can see.
So we did for the first 2 turns. We even had tokens to do it, and what we learned is it takes us about 30% longer because we tested it for 2 turns. So what that would mean is back this game up 2 turns, and that's where we would have to end it. So I agree with you. That is a real thing. And my proposed solution is for umpires to go to their players in different orders, so that while that advantage still exists, it's applied more universally across, because I'm not going to like Jim first and Larry second every time. I'll mix up the order so that maybe stuff gets moved in a different thing. I think that's really good feedback, and I don't have a great solution for it, because I'm trying so hard to get through like at least 6 or 7 turns of combat so we can get to a meaningful resolution. And I think we just barely got there on this one.
Yeah. I waited until all the umpires were back in the channel before I started moving the pieces around, just to avoid that. But same situation. It can cause.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple times.
Causes an extra bit of some time lag with that.
I thought we were pretty speedy with it for the most part in comparison to a lot of other modules, because we didn't have to do the whole screenshot situation.
Oh, yeah, but I was yelling at you constantly to go faster.
Me?
No, all of you.
Oh, okay.
I am curious, Nero. Just Nero was moving slow.
Just me. I am curious.
This was incredible.
In the back there, how positive or negative was my trades in the end? Because like from what I saw, it seems like I kind of took out most of the White Scars and the Blood Ravens. And I think that's a pretty good trade for a single attachment.
Yeah, you had a ridiculous. If you want to go with KD, you pretty much wiped out all the Blood Angels assault squads, the White Scar tactical squads, and actually all the Blood Angel assault squads as well.
And a few dreadnoughts.
The way close combat works in this game is you roll 2 dice and you add a fixed value, and that value is based on how good your unit is in close combat. It's called CAF, or close assault factor. And the problem is we roll purple dice for the Emperor's Children. And you would think that over the course of 20 die rolls, like you'd get a bell curve and it would be approximately even throughout the course, but that did not happen at all. And anything purple was just like, nah, I'm just not going to roll that. and it being a
It's-
dice game, it
Warhammer
quickly
is a
meant
dice
that
game.
it quickly meant that